If you're interested in what's coming, it's change of vector. There are only three actions, motions that can exist: rotation, spin, wave, and change of vector. Plus minus. So we're saying plus is anti-clockwise, minus is clockwise. Change of vector is what happens here now in a transform. The crack of the whip is a sound. That sound is the stretching of the duration of the energy of the motion that holds the tips of the atoms at the tip of that whip together are stretched, and they snaps, and the surface is stretched, and it snaps back. That motion is the experience of consciousness, because that's the seed. So see the crack of the whip, at the moment of crack, grab that seed and just never let it go. And so the fractal motion from that moment that's created from that grabbing that seed, the possibilities that could happen when you grab the seed are infinite. It can go any way. It'll follow a pattern. Mandelbrot set, the Julian set, the four-dimensional one, follow that pattern, but the seed will be there. So as long as you hold the seed. So you can, this is what's so beautiful about this new perspective. You forget all the complexity and just see the simplicity. The complexity is merely the expansive forces. Put them away as expansive forces and see the surface. And concentrate on the surface, because that's where the action is. You see break open a rock, and there's the surface. Did that surface exist before you broke open the rock? No, it didn't. You can prove that to yourself. Just think about it. It's Schrodinger's cat. Cat, is the cat dead or alive? Does the surface exist or doesn't the surface exist? The surface does not exist. The cat is alive. You know that if you broke open that box, you'd know what you'd find. A rock. You'd find a surface. If you open that box, you know you'll find a dead cat. But you assume the cat's alive because the box is existing. So the universe that's created by that cat, there's the molecules existed inside that cat that have their own universe that create that cat. Quite possible that an entire universe will evolve inside that box if you never open it. That's the potential that could happen inside that box. Or it might be solid. The box might even be solid. It might be impossible to open it. So the power of that surface is the power of the change of direction. You have changed the vector of the force in that material by breaking it in two. The surface is now showing you the vector. The potential is now realized. If you're not looking at it, it doesn't have to be realized, it doesn't have to be rendered. That force, the crack of the whip now, is transformed slower and slower and slower through surfaces of more elasticity at the surface of the planet as we come out to where we exist, where the action is this veil, the meter squared, second squared, transform. And so the stories that we are now this seed, the potential vector axis clamping action of light generates stories for us as a species to follow. Because now we've reached the stage where the planet is a rigid body all the time. It's just this wrinkled walnut, yeah? Plumb like a seed at the center of a fruit, just rotating around and grinding into itself parasitically. The fruit around is so juicy and moist. We're ready to just spring that seed in the other direction to begin to expand it again. So that the behavior of us, of the planet, of the love waves, of the slime mold, territorial, we just switch it to positive through positive thinking, through morality and perfection of sexual behavior, and the seed begins to grow, and we suddenly will bloom into the fruit. The fruit will be there, that's all set for us, the future. Change of vector, you see. The only thing that we have to choose the vector. That's our job. That's free will. Free will exists. It's the choice between plus or negative, empathy over narcissism, love over hate, good over evil. Choose it in every moment. When we all do it, the expansion will occur, the intelligence of the slime mold will be experienced correctly in its right duration. We'll understand we're in charge, that man is God. Yeah? Not a man, man. In our hearts, the bending moment, the engineering of the bending moment in our hearts, the myocardial fold, we change the vector there in the kingdom of God, in the center of our hearts where our soul exists. Go positive there, right now. Grab the truth of this information. Look at your life and go, I see. It was programming. My job was to choose. So the thoughts that I give them weren't me. I can forgive myself for the thoughts, but it's the deeds that I did because of the thoughts that I need to find forgiveness for. And that can only be done through change of behavior. So you don't get a reset, you don't get burned up, all that shit. You, the individuals in this generation who have been conducting this experiment on us, the people who just want to live happily, are those who are going to have to go through the forgiveness process, knowing and come to God, knowing the deeds you've done. In the name of Dr. Victor Leve, expose him, expose Dr. Victor Leve, and I'll show you how we choose to change the vector and how it works. And from this disaster that you think you're looking at, you woke up this morning, you know you're seeing triumph, victory. Victory. Christ is King. Jesus is God. Christ, cooperative, the Commonwealth. We run the world on behalf of Christ. And then he will come back to us. Watch. So are you ready? Follow the Rebel King. 1 over the Reynolds number.